Hello everybody, I'm back. Gonna do you part 5 of walking around the junkyard, little junkyard tour. For you guys that have not seen it, I have part 1, 2, 3, and 4 already posted. I'm gonna continue from where we left off. There will probably be a couple more of these videos as well. It's cutting down in 20 to 30 minute sessions. Go DeSoto's in 1949 there. We'll just come around up to this side and then come back to there. There is a little bit of everything here. That gray Dodge van there, I did a video on it, I think, just because it was a little different. It was actually a slant 6 4-speed in the floor, factory. It's the only one of those that I have ever had. I think it's the only one of those that I've ever seen. But it is a factory slant 6 4-speed in the floor. There's all kinds of these old Durangos and Suburbans. That Malibu had got here since I did the video of coming up through here. Back on this side of the driveway. We'll go down and cut in between. Well, we could go back up around that row back. Now let's just go here and cut between these two row backs. Like I said, there is a little bit of everything. Everything. That covers most of everything on this side of the yard. And this part of this side of the yard anyway. We'll go right down here. And I have several more. On the left down here, we turn into the woods. Of course, the trucks are all lined up over there. We'll get to that side of the road, excuse me, here in a few minutes. But I'm going to go ahead and pause this for a second. No sense for you guys having to walk down the road with me. Okay, we're here where we're turning off the road. Most everything over in this section is Mazda, BMW, Mitsubishi, Volvo. There's a couple older cars over here that are kind of out of place. Need to be put in a different spot, but like that 57 Ford and this 73 Gran Torino Sport and the 73 Ranchero. Those actually need to be in a different spot along with this other Thunderbird up here. There's even a Mini Cooper. And Subarus, got a few Subarus in here as well. Little B series trucks. B2600, B2200, the little Mitsubishi. There's another Subaru wagon. Isuzu Trooper. There's even one Mercedes. Mazda RX-7. A Mazda Protege. And an Audi. Another old BMW. Or Volvo. And a little space cab truck, which is a Isuzu Pup. I'll show you here. It says space cab right on them. But it had the extended top on it. And it was like a king cab, and the top was extended up a little bit for a little taller people. There's the other T-Bird, and I said didn't belong over here. It needs to be in another place of the yard. Mazda Millennium, old school Mazda Protege, and there's just a little newer Protege than that one. And all kinds of the 626s. And we even have a little MX-3 Mazda here. But now we'll come back out. Of the woods here, and then that does cover everything on this side of the road between video number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and this video number 5 covers everything on this side of the road. Like I said, if you hadn't watched video 1, 2, 3, and 4, please go back and check them out. We're going to walk across the road here now. I'm actually going to go down the road and start from the end of the row up. So I'll pause y'all for a minute and bring y'all right back when I get to the end of the road to get ready to get started. All right, we're going to start off right here on this side of the road with a Ford 1-ton that actually had a dump bed on it. Little 390 motor in it. Short wheelbase, 4-wheel drive, 79. And of course, there's all kinds of Ford trucks over here. And as we'll progress with the video, you'll see that behind all these Ford trucks is Chevy trucks and Dodge trucks, but I'll completely walk us through all of it. I started this yard back in 1986, and I still have a lot of vehicles that I acquired back in the 80s. There's even a few of the old 78, 79 Broncos. We cut the top off of that one not long ago for a guy. That just goes to show you how some of these trucks get stripped down in here. I mean, there's not much left of that one. I've always had a love for these Ford trucks. That was my favorite, I guess you'd say. I'd prefer messing with an old Ford truck probably as much as I'd prefer messing with anything. A lot of them is 4-wheel drive. A lot of them is 2-wheel drive. Short beds, long beds. Really been raining here today, and everything is wet. extended cab there. Not many of those left in here. And there was a 63 Ford truck. What is left of it. It was complete when I got it many years ago. Now in this row, we're going to turn into the 80 through 86 Ford trucks. What everybody now is calling a bullnose. And that one right there actually had a semi-truck sleeper on it. Find it, I don't know how to say it, but I find it kind of weird how people give these vehicles names, and it sticks. Like Bullnose on the 80 through 86. Who came up with the name Bullnose, and how did it stick so well that you can even Google Bullnose truck and it'll show you the 80 through 86. There's a couple more of the Broncos, and also the 87 through 91 they're now calling a brick nose. 92 through 96 they're calling an arrow nose. I mean, who comes up with these names and names them, and it just sticks to where even Google knows what they are? I've often wondered about that. Like the Chevrolet, and some people call the Fords that too. They'll say they'll call and ask for something for a OBS, and they're talking about old body style OBS. But wasn't there a body style before that? I mean, sure there was. So how is that the old body style if there's a body style before that? I'm just not getting it. And then some people call about the Dodge trucks, and they used to say first generation, but now they got to where they're just saying first gen Dodge. But a first generation Dodge to me was way back many years ago in the early 1900s. But that's not what they're talking about. So just who in the world names these trucks, and it just sticks like that? I just don't get it. I'm an old school guy, and when you call me or talk to me about a part or a truck or a car, I'd rather just tell me what year model you're talking about instead of calling saying, hey, I need a fender for an OBS, or I need a hood for a first gen Dodge, or I just don't get it. Who names these vehicles and it sticks like that? I wish somebody could actually explain that one to me to where I could understand. I'm just too old school to get all of this new terminology a lot of times, especially when it first comes out and I'm just hearing it for the first time. And of course, these trucks here, everybody now is calling them a dent side. Instead of saying 73 through 79, they say need a part for a dent side. And I can get that. I kind of understand the dent side part. But who named it that to start with? And it stuck. The reason they're calling it a dent side is because like on this bed, it goes in. And that's where the dent side comes from. Which, like I said, I can kind of understand that. And then I'm just going to skip over here for a second. But they're calling this body style a bump side, which is the 67 through 72. And I can kind of get that too because of the bump on the side. But who come up with that dent side, bump side, and it just stuck? It amazes me sometimes. There's a lot of things that I don't understand. I could probably go on for days about stuff like that I just don't get. And one of them I have said many times, but I don't understand why it's named that. And I'm going to run this by you right here. It has nothing to do with vehicles, but I just think it's odd that you park in a driveway, but you drive in a parkway. Shouldn't you be driving in a driveway and parking in a parkway? I mean, technically. But no, it's just the opposite. You got to park in a driveway and drive in a parkway. Just giving y'all a back view of these vehicles. We walked down there, I gave y'all the front view. I had a guy came all the way from upstate New York and got the top and the top bedsides off of this Bronco here. Another old Bronco. We're fixing to be the end of this row here. And I don't know where to turn and go down the row of the cars there, come back up this other row of trucks. We may just come back up this other row of trucks. But that's the row of cars I was talking about, goes down through there. I think I'll save those for when we get back into this row. But now, 58, 59, 60. I heard a name for those the other day, but I don't even remember what they was calling those. The 58, 59, 60 trucks have now got a name. And I have not heard anything yet on 62, 63, 4, 5, 6. It's 61, 66, whatnot. I've not heard a name on those. So I'm sure somebody's calling these trucks something that I've not heard yet. But this one and this one both were the unibodies. For the cab and the bed is made together, one piece. Of course, they've been called unibodies for years, right straight out of the factory, because the cab and the bed is made one piece. The cab don't separate from the bed. It goes straight from the door into the bed. Both these trucks were unibodies. And I never did really understand the reasoning behind that either. There could be no flex in these trucks. And back in these trucks days, when they was made new, around here anyway, everybody bought the trucks to be farm trucks, to use them on a farm. And you couldn't really go through a gully or a ditch on an angle or something like that and get any kind of flex out of these trucks. So I don't really understand what the purpose was of making the unibody truck back in that day. It'd be more popular probably if it came out today than it would have been back then, in my opinion. That was an old highboy four-wheel drive truck, and so was this one here as well. 3/4 ton four-wheel drive highboys. There's a little step side 69 model. And the 71 1-ton dual wheel truck. And y'all that's watched some of my other videos will know that's the truck I used to drive in high school. It's a 70 model. I just did a video not long ago of cutting the top off of it. Letting another guy have the top to help restore his truck with. So his truck would be back on the road. Of course, that's a 71. Another step side. Another 69 long bed. That one's got a pretty doggone good bed on it. 72. Now, a few of these here short wheelbases, like this 71 here. It's a little short wheelbase truck. This 72 was a short wheelbase truck, XLT. And the XLT had the wide chrome on them. And you could either get this trim in wood grain look, like this one used to be, or the trim in black around through here. This one had been XLT2. The chrome trim is just missing off of it, probably both sides. It is, it's still on the bed back there though. But you can see how wide that trim is. That was only the XLT option. The regular trucks just had skinny chrome. You step right back here out of line though, just to show you the skinny chrome. That's what most of your trucks came with, that narrow chrome if it was not an XLT. Then some of the trucks just came with no chrome on the sides. That was a 70 short wheelbase. That truck there had a 429 in it, still in it. Somebody put it in, of course, it didn't come with it. And now we're back to these dent sides for a few minutes. Of course, there's another row, you can probably see it, there's another row of these trucks behind this row of trucks. And all kinds of vehicles behind them. We will get to all of them. It's going to take a little bit. Like I said, there is a lot of vehicles here. That is a 1-ton as well, dual wheel. It was a 302 Granite Gear 4-speed truck. 73 long bed. Another 73 long bed. Now, I'm just going to show you right here how long some of these trucks have been here. Look at the tree growing through the frame on this one. And of course, the truck was here for a long time before we even took the bed off. It was here for years before the bed even came off. So that tree's grown up there even since we took the bed off of it. Now we're getting back into the 82, 86, the bull nose. That there was four-wheel drive. A lot of them was four-wheel drive here as well. This red and white beside it was four-wheel drive. This two-tone brown one was four-wheel drive. There again, you had different chrome options, even on these. This was the XL. And the XLTs both had chrome up here and chrome down here over the wheel wells. And had rubber molding in the bottom chrome. Well, all of them didn't have that molding like that. For example, this truck here just had the top strip. I'm going to get the other side. It just had a top strip of molding and none on the bottom. And it's an XL as well. And like this truck here, it actually came with like a plastic molding. And it was an XL. It was also an Explorer. Ford came with an Explorer and a pickup truck, just like they did the Explorer SUV. I've even got some here that was back in the 70s. That was an Explorer's trucks. And of course, some of these trucks came with absolutely no chrome on them. For example, like this red one here, it was a no chrome truck. There's another one with a stick-on rubber molding. There's another one with a top and bottom molding. There's one, no molding at all. It was just a custom. That was a short wheelbase truck. Had a 460 in it, which I'm sure somebody put it in there. There's another no molding truck. And it was just a plain cheap body. And then here's another plain that had all the molding. I'm not really sure what depicted which molding went on which truck. So I've had some of them, like I said, just got XL on them and have different kinds of molding on them. There's another whole row of these trucks right here, like that one's a four-wheel drive short bed, but it had no molding. And again, show you how long it's been sitting here. This tree is growed up inside this frame, and the sway bar itself is right here. So it is on the outside of the tree. A lot of these trucks have been in here for many, many years. And that's a pretty good size tree right there. But I'm going to stop this video here. I'll come back with part 6. We'll cover this row in front of us. And then we'll start on the vehicles and the rows behind it, which is the Chevy trucks. Will be coming up in video number 6, and the vehicles behind that. And this roadway right here goes back through there for a long, long ways, and there's cars all the way to the end. We'll come back in another video. really soon, cover some of those cars. We will keep doing it till we cut the whole yard covered. But I want to cut it right here. We'll come back, start again right here on video number 6. You guys have a great day. I'll be back again real soon.